What is up, boys? Welcome back to the channel, and this is going to be another video in the series of Copper to Champion in Rainbow Six Siege. This video is going to be covering Platinum to Emerald in Season of Deep Freeze, because I didn't end up making it to Diamond that season. What we're going to do from now on, from here on out, is hop over to weekly reviews of games, because we've already made it, and then once I do hit Diamond, I will make an Emerald to Diamond video, but until then, we'll have weekly reviews of our games, and just give tips from those. But even before that, I gotta thank you guys for 100 subscribers. This means so much to me, especially because it's one of those things that I've always wished I could do, just making content and helping people out in the game. And I appreciate all the comments too that are also giving me tips on how to make my content better. Those are how you get better. Like I always say, criticism and those bad games you have are always the ways to get better. Same thing with comments that tell you how. But as always, I gotta shill my Twitch. Make sure to check it out. Vibin in 2022 in the description. We stream almost every day from 6 to 8, and on the weekends and Fridays we stream about 9:30 till whenever at night, mostly about 12. So come check us out. We have a lot of fun over there. And just remember, these games are from last season in Deep Freeze, so I was way higher rank at that point because I haven't played as much this season. But without any further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, boys, first game of the day, we end up on Coastline on defense. First, I end up not banning Fenrir, so I play him because he's going to give me the information that I can't have from teammates in a solo queue game. Which means that I'm setting up my Fenrirs and barbed wire where I can't watch, so I can be told if they do end up going there and I don't get flamed. Speaking of which, I hear Captal immediately on main stairs, so I'm readjusting my Fenrirs to watch main stairs so I don't have to hold it myself and I can move to VIP. While I'm in VIP, I get droned out and I make sure to immediately move to make sure that their information isn't valid anymore. A great example of Fenrir being useful is I now know one's on main stairs I otherwise would not have known if my Fenrir didn't go off. In most gunfights, if you're the one to swing and you know where they are, you're going to win the gunfight, and that's why you want to get aggressive in gunfights. Especially in solo queue, you want to put yourself in a position where you can make plays like this position. I'm contesting 2 different angles at once and end up getting a second pick this round, but sadly getting picked off by the bot. With me putting myself in a prime position to win the round, I waste enough time in order to win the round for my team. Okay boys, round 2, let's get this shit. To help with positioning, I'm going to give you this philosophy. Basically, you want to be able to put yourself in a position to relieve the most pressure off your teammates and put the most pressure on the enemies, and right here that's going to be playing vertically as Fenrir to waste as much time as possible. I also decided to hit this cap can with a Fenrir.
Sledge luggage.
Okay, I'm on my way. Well, to call that sledges and luggage, I decided to play aggressive, which isn't smart. Generally, at a minute 30, you want to head back to site because you've wasted enough time as a roamer.
Probably went down main stairs.
Nope, I haven't heard a move. Let these words be a lesson of when you have a hunch, it's probably correct. So I once again pay a visit to the Ubisoft headquarters. It ends up okay though, but I kinda gambled with my life there. We win the round anyways though. Alright boys, round 3 with a vengeance. Not to spoil and foreshadow what happens, but one of the main things you want to do to start off the round to get some free kills is hold entryways. Wherever they enter the map instantaneously, you want to hold it or else this will happen to you. So as you can tell from that, the round doesn't go very well after that point. Alright boys, round 4, let's get this shit. Obviously you want to think about your plan during the prep phase. I'm going to go on the roof and hold a cutoff angle onto the site while my teammates execute on the other side. Since I'm in a more supportive role right now, I decided to drone out. It's a 5v3, so I'm going to start putting some pressure on this guy that's in Aqua. Okay, Smoke, I got him to waste the canister. He's rotating to me. Real quick, I'd like to say sound is very crucial in the game. What I should have done here is shoot while I was dropping to cover up the drop noise so he still thinks I'm in Aqua. Reloading! Right now it's a 5v3 and there's no need to get aggressive, so I'm clearing out positions like the hatch on half wall of Hookah. 2 of my teammates die, so I get aggressive and he's fucking one tap. Look at this shit. Dear Ubisoft, you are going to be my 13th reason why. Once you're dead in solo queue, you can only pray. It's like a gamble. Make sure to stay alive and be able to impact the round. Nice try, nice try. We've been losing too many rounds in a row, boys. Let my boy cook for a second. Alright, boys, let's get this shit. Lock the fuck in! Yeah, we did not win that one. Okay, now let's lock in, man.
New plan, kill.
And I could not agree anymore with this random. We're in an automatic man disadvantage, so we have to play aggressive, have to get these frags, because that's how we're gonna win this game. I still vividly remember this play till this day. It is some of the most bullshit fucking uncounterable shit that happens to me here, dude. I don't even know what I was supposed to do, like, anything here. Okay, one on me, Jaeger in my hall. Okay, now I want to go break down this thing play by play, because I'm still thinking about this every single night when I close my eyes. I want to know what I could have done. Okay, let's start from the beginning. I drone out the guy in office, which isn't a bad play at all, and if I drone main lobby, they would have known I was pushing in even earlier, so it wasn't necessarily a bad play. But actually, I could have covered up my rappel in with a gunshot, which would actually cover up the sound. Now here's where the issue comes in. Legion's in the left corner. I don't know Jaeger's in the lobby, so he has to swing me, and I know he's out of bullets, so I can get this kill here, so that's obviously what I do. Okay, right here, now I have a billion problems and no solutions. I have a goo mine in my leg. I am 28 health. I need to reload both of my guns, and I'm stuck in a corner next to lobby. So to start to deal with these problems, I reload my gun, pull the goo mine out of my leg, start to heal up with Finka, and try to just escape. But here's where the most major decision comes into play. Do I swing the guy and die, or do I run and have a chance to live? This is the question I need to ask, and I decide to run. But sadly, we all know how that ends. Sometimes you just can't do shit about the situation you're in, and you just gotta accept it. Don't get tilted over it. One on me. And down 3 to 5, going negative down around. I have to watch 2 of my teammates get slaughtered in a winnable 3v2, and then I watch Nomad get killed by this guy she should have heard. Overall, a very tragic game. I started playing good at first, but lost my confidence over the time, and it just did not end well. But with that game being as shit as it was, that means we have a good few tips that I'm going to be able to give for this game. And let's kick it off right now with the mechanics, mentality, and the intel sections. Obviously, working our way from left to right, let's start off with the mechanics, which is going to have the most out of any of these sections. Okay, let me break down these tips for the mechanics. So first of all, we have to be the one to swing in a gunfight, because there's a thing called the peeker's advantage in the game. It exists in every game, no matter what. Basically, if you're the one to swing the person, you're going to see them before they see you, and you're more likely to win the gunfight. Next up, we have play power positions. You want to put yourself, especially in solo queue, in a position where you can make plays, because you don't want to be scared, because if you are scared, you are never going to make a play. It's better to die in a power position than to live and not make a play and let them defuse or the time run out when you're on attack. Next up, we have you want to waste time on defense. This is what those power positions are for, especially on defense, so you can waste as much time with the attackers, because even if you die, there's 30 seconds left, you've done your job for the round. Next up, keep pressure off your teammates. This also correlates with wasting time and playing power positions. The more you do those two things, the less pressure on your teammates, and the more you can just perform, and your teammates will play better, and it's going to be so much better. And once again, correlating with that, loads of tips correlating together, put pressure on the enemies. This is what these power positions are once again for. You need to keep giving the fight to the enemies. Don't let them just walk up to you. Like I said, you're the one swinging, you're the one aggressing. You gotta make sure to keep that up. And on top of that, hold the entries where they commonly enter the map. Just hold it. They're not gonna drone, they're gonna sprint right in. Free kill, 5v4 to start the round, easy. Next up, the most useful tip out of all of these, cover your sound of dropping or repelling with gunshots. This should work so well and confuses the enemy so much. This will get you so many more kills and win you games. Next up, we have one of the smallest categories, as always, the mindset category, but one of the most pivotal at the same time. Now, looking at this tip like trust yourself, obviously, trust yourself. You know, if I trusted myself and I knew that guy was in luggage and I just didn't swing, would have gotten an extra kill, wouldn't have gone negative that game most likely. Probably would have done better because I would have had more confidence. And then next up is know when you just can't. I'm not saying give up on the game or any of that. I'm just saying don't be so hard on yourself after, like I was after that Finka play. because sometimes there's so many factors against you, you are just fucked. Last up, another small category, the intel category, which is definitely pivotal in your gameplay. And to explain these two tips, it's pretty simple. Put gadgets where you can't be. For example, when I was playing Fenrir, I couldn't watch main stairs while watching VIP at the same time, so I put a Fenrir there, and I figured out Capital was pushing up there. Able to get myself into a good position and then win that round. Just off that trap alone, very good idea to keep doing that. So, and then last of all, you need to make your enemy's information invalid. For example, it wasn't that pivotal in that game, but in general, if you're droned out and they know you're sitting in one corner, if you're able to get over to that other corner before they get off the drone and they swing you pre-firing, you win, because you're now behind them. And those tips will cover that first game. I hope you boys learned something. With that being said, let's get straight into the next one. We're on Chalet, we're on defense, let's go, best game. While we're in the prep phase of this round, let me just describe what happens here. Obviously, we're just setting up site and shit, pretty typical. Don't want to waste your time with us, just gonna make it a montage. And then basically each one of my teammates just gets a kill. Pretty much everyone gets one kill and we just win the round. I mean, that's one way to win the game, you know, just everyone be consistent. Don't do what I did. It's a 3v1. You don't need to push, but my teammates were holding cross angles, so I knew I was able to push out. Okay, boys, round 2. Let's get this shit. Hopefully we get some more interesting gameplay. This round, we do actually get a lot more active and make a lot more plays, which is very good on our behalf. Remember to be aware and don't get greedy for things like drones, because I almost died here and almost cost us the round just from that one play just to kill a drone. This attack is very strong, but the problem with it is they're all focused on one side, which allows me to pull off this flank and get a kill. Also, thank God Twitch is oblivious. I also think about making another flank, but since I'm one tap, I decide against it. Also, simultaneously, every single one of my teammates in the site dies, so it's a pretty unfortunate timing. And another thing out of my control, I think I'm about to revive teammate, but the smoke goes away instantaneously. I just got unlucky. I can't do much about it. Hey, but don't get discouraged, boys. Let's get this shit in the third round. This round actually I would use as a pivotal example of keeping information valid. You'll see as I move throughout the map, I always get droned out and always keep moving, and it tends to get me kills and work out. Since they drone me out, making the information invalid, I'll move up top and contest the guy most likely going library instead. Once again, acting off the information that they have, I move out of there and hear Osa top of West Main, so I decide to act off this information. That kill practically secures the round, and then, from here, 30 seconds left, 1v5, they can't win this, we win the round. We're feeling good, we're up 2-1, let's get this shit. I'm a major culprit of this offense, but when you're on attack, you gotta make sure to start putting pressure right away in one way or another, like I'm opening up main and different things like that, opening up trophy. These are all things you want to do, just put pressure on the defenders as quick as possible, get shit done. The main one was especially a good example because it cuts the site in half. You can win the round just by having a guy on main window and have people push up solar. This is the best call out I've ever gave. How to bro lose? Standing on the door left side. Well, that shit doesn't matter anymore. We need to get in the map and start putting pressure, so that's what I decided to do, using my drones to get information, then acting off of it. Like this Maestro, I know he's in this right side, and then I know the barricade on K9 isn't open, so I'm going to open that up, and I even get a couple of tags on him, getting him killed. This is actually a great example of playing off your teammates. We pinch this castle. They're on piano. We can't rotate that way, and I'm over here in office, and I'm going to flank him, and we get this kill. It's easy. Always tell your team what you're doing. In this corner, someone watch me.
She's in dining. Oh.
With the call she's in dining, I'm going to hold solar stairs, and like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. It was the worst timing ever. She ran up the stairs exactly when I peeked it. That's honestly crazy, but it's whatever. We win the round out. No need to get tilted over, and let's get into round 5. Once again, not to spoil anything, this is one of the most tragic rounds in the history of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. You'll see this round really exemplifies that I really should have just pushed with my teammates. We would have been able to pick off and just do a lot better. It ends up in a 3v1, and you guys will see what happens. Right now, you'll see me really setting up for a fucking K9 side push, but we never push K9, or at least I don't. I don't play with the team, and it loses us the round. We end up at about, like, 40 seconds. Look, I'm repelled on main at a minute. What am I doing? We gotta play with the teammates more, dude. They had this set up, and I lose us the game if you watch this. All are pushed up on A, none in B. Knowing that all of them are pushed up on office, I should be able to push up solar, but it just becomes unfortunate, and then the guy rotates over here, I hear him. So I decide maybe I'll have time to rotate, but there's 20 seconds left, and I have to rush here, and of course I'm the only one with the diffuser on the opposite side from my teammates. Okay, never mind, I need to rush here. I still have a shim mark in my pants from Ash actually being able to plant here. Literally, like, on 0.14, she got the diffuser down. Now you're gonna watch a series of unfortunate events. This is Zami's able to stick it because she threw a fucking key on the wall. Let that be the quintessential example of why you should push with your teammates. Don't do what I did here, please. Tough round, but we are not going to overtime. Let's clutch this shit out in the round 6. You guys are about to hear a sound cue that single-handedly wins us the round. If you just heard that, that's the sound of Bandit taking damage, so I know he's close to my hard breach charge, which allows me to place a breach charge above and get this free kill, making it a 5v3. Whenever you're sold out like now, get your drone in there and help out your teammates. Nomad is able to push up because she knows where Kate is, and then I also know someone's in blue bunker. Sadly, my teammate dies to him, but it allows me to get the plant down, which wins us the round. Okay, nope, it's not. Crouch end of fall. I'm planting. Good game, boys. And with that being said, what can we learn from this game? Well, let's start off with these tips. We actually did really well that game, so we don't have a whole lot of repeated offenses, if you want to call it that, but let's start off with mechanics. Mechanics-wise, the first thing we need to do more is hold crossfires, because if we were holding crossfires with our teammates, some of those rounds we could have won if we just played off of them. And once again, after that, we need to put pressure as soon as possible in the map. Because if I actually played off my pressure, put pressure earlier, I wouldn't have had to rotate as ace and sprint up a staircase with the fuser with 15 seconds. That shit might have been unlucky that I was the one with the fuser, but one way or another, it loses the round. And on top of that, pinch with teammates. You need to pinch with the teammates. That castle died, and we got in because I pinched with the teammates. When did we lose the round? When I did not do that. Play off your teammates, hold crossfires with them, pinch with them, and put pressure with them. All 3 tips put into one with that simple tip. Okay, now we're going to move on to the mindset category, and since this is such a short game, since we did so well, I'm going to have one tip for this category, and that is to not get tunnel visioned. This tip isn't actually for me, I didn't do that this game, but for my enemies. I was able to pull off a pretty nasty flank. We didn't win the round where I flanked, but they were so tunnel visioned on what they were doing below that I was just able to walk up behind 2 of them and get the kills. And once again, because this game was so short, I don't have a whole lot of good tips, but intel is one of the big ones. Make sure to rotate when you get droned. I had a lot of rounds there where I got droned, kept rotating, and was able to pull off nasty kills, nasty flanks. Overall, just really good gameplay. This game really represented that. And another thing about intel, you need to crank your headset, bro. I'm not even kidding. Like, you need to turn up your headset probably more than it already is. If it's already blasting your eardrums out, okay, you can keep it. But sound cues are so important in this game. I was able to get us into a 5v3 because I heard a bandit get damaged by an ace charge on a wall. Like, there's nothing else like it. Sound cues will save you. Like always, I gotta shill and make sure to tell you boys to like and subscribe and even comment if you enjoyed the video. I enjoy your feedback and I make sure to implement it and to make my content better. And I hope you boys learned something as always. I'm always glad to make some content for you guys, and I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I hope you guys even remember that somebody loves you out there and you should keep doing what you love. Adios, boys. Roll the outro.